Example 3, again we're dividing some long division, find the quotient and the remainder, but sometimes there are some missing terms. So you can see here that we're missing an x squared. So we're going to have to add that in, but we're going to have to add that in a way that will also make it disappear if we wanted it to. So the only way to do that is to go like this. So we're going to add the x squared term, but we're going to do, we're going to have the 0 here, because that would have made it disappear. So that's how you do this. You're going to need to make sure you include all of the terms, even if they're missing. I'm looking at the first two terms, so I'm going to make this the x squared and then the x, just because I know that's going to be that case. Now I need a 2x cubed, so I need a 2. I'm going to put a 2 here. 2x squared times x is a 2x cubed. 2 times 6 is going to be a 6x squared, and we can subtract it. 2 minus 2 is gone. 0 minus 6 is going to be a minus 6x squared. So I need a minus 6x squared, so I'm going to do a minus 6. Because if I multiply that, minus 6x times x is a minus 6x squared. Oh, I forgot. I need to have brought down this negative, this minus 19x. And then I can go negative 6 times 3, which is a negative 18x, and subtract it. Negative 6 plus 6 is 0. Negative 19 plus 18 is a negative 1x. And I can bring this down. And so I can do a negative 1 here, because negative 1 times x is a negative 1x. And negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3, and I can subtract it. So negative 1 plus 1 is 0, and then negative 30 plus 3 is a negative 27. Therefore, I believe my answer, I'll have to double check this here, but 2x squared minus 6x minus 1, and then there's a minus a 27 over x plus 3, my remainder over what I divided by. All right, so let's keep going on to the next one. Am I missing? Oh, I'm missing a few terms here. So I've got an x minus 2. I don't know why I wrote plus. X minus 2. And I've got a 1x to the 4. I'll put a 1 here too. So 1x to the 4, and then I have 0x cubes. And then I've got 2x squareds. And then I have 0x's, and then I've got a plus 8. Now I've got two terms here, so I'm looking at two terms. So I'm looking at the x cubed, an x squared, an x, and a number. And now all I need to do is figure out what my coefficients are, my numbers here. So I need a 1x to the 4, so I'll put a 1 here. 1 times 1 would be a 1x to the 4 minus 2x cubes, and I can subtract them. So 1 minus 1 gone. 0 plus 2 is a 2x cubed, and I can bring this 2x squared down below. So I need a 2x squared, no cubed, so there's a 2, a positive 2. 2x squared times a 1x, it will be a 2x cubed. And then 2 times a negative 2 would be a negative 4x squared, and I can subtract those. 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 plus 4 is going to be 6x squared. And I'm going to bring down this 0x. I need a 6, so plus 6. 6x times 1x is going to be 6x squared. And 6x times negative 2 would be a negative 12x, and I can subtract it. What do I have here? 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 plus 12 is 12x. Carry down the 8. So I'm going to make this a plus 12, because 12 times 1x would be a 12x. 12 times negative 2 is a negative 24. I can subtract them. 12 minus 12 is 0, and then 8 minus 24 is 32. Okay, so my answer therefore is a x cubed plus 2x squared plus 6x plus 12 plus a remainder of 32 over, I'm dividing by x minus 2. So that is my answer, which I should just double check. And yeah, that looks right. So I will just zoom out here. That's the end of this video. And we're now going to find a faster way to do this, because really all we're after is this. And remember how I told you, like the x cubed, the x squared, the x, we already knew those were going to be there. All we're really needing are the numbers. So we're going to find a faster way just to look for the numbers, the 1, 2, 6, and 12. That's what we're after. So the next video will show us what these numbers are.